Good call. So, when I first jumped in the game, right, and I was all excited for day one, actually, that was great, because that was when I had no stream viewers. I think I had one of my best streams ever. I streamed for 16 hours the first day. 3 people were in the channel, and they were like my 2 IRL friends. They like popped in for a second. They're like, "Hi, oh, that's cool. You're playing this game. All right, man. See ya." And like the other 16 hours, I was like this. I was telling stories and like active and everything. And like nobody came in. So it's much better to have 100 people here. So it's cool. I'm glad everybody finally decided, yeah, or I mean not decided, but yeah, to see the stream. But anyway, I was advertising. I was like, listen, I am the guild leader of Exceptional Legion. We're a Nightmare Raid team moving over from SWTOR. We're going to be bringing the guild here. I want to find good PvPers. And one person latched onto that. Former Emperor should get like 10% buff instead of 1. Thanks, Heated. Yeah, dude, it's a tough thing out there. But now we're going to get 0, nothing. They're taking everything away. Good story. Thanks, Blazer God. Appreciate it, man. I love when he says stories. I don't know why, but he tells them so well with that voice. Thanks. Stories. Grabs popcorn. I love telling stories. I consider myself a storyteller now, and I always wanted to be as a kid. I was like, you know what, oh, this is that really great fighter. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna come after me too. Can't imagine him not. Yeah, thought so. Good fight. Oh, jeez. His buddy's got me. I got him, though. I got him. And, of course, it's frickin' Giant Bog. It's always that same little crew. I bet Spade's part of their crew, too. Right, so I'm advertising, like, listen, Nightmare Raid Team Guild Leader. We're moving over from SWTOR. We want to basically develop a PvP guild. And somebody, his name was Marathon. He was like, hey, Blade, I'm level 8. I really like the kind of atmosphere you're saying that you want to attract. I said we focus on good people. We know all skill will improve in time, but truly good people are harder to come by. He's like, I would like to PvP with you. And so neither of us were even in Cyrodiil. We found each other outside. He was responding to one of my guild ads. And we met up, we joined my guild. We started fighting together. We both hit level 10. We both started PvPing. That same day, he ended up getting rank 1 PvPer, and I was rank 2 on the first day of early access. And he was the first Emperor of Daggerfall. Oh, man. Killed him, huh? Dang. Sorry, man. Eric, if you run a res here, that'll save us a soul gem for the Alliance. It's a pretty close run, if you don't mind. Well, yeah, he was the first Emperor, guys, on Daggerfall and Ariel's Bow, the most contested PvP server. It was really cool. Bioweapon Killer, welcome to the stream. And I fought together, and it was great. And then he's kind of slowed down. I passed him on the leaderboard. And I was top player for 2 weeks on the leaderboard, but I just couldn't get Emperor. Because we, you know, to fight and win the 6 inner keeps, it's a very, very tough thing to do. So I was level 33, and I was level 33. 30. I think it was level 30, which is actually important to the story. It's not just a meaningless detail. And I got close. I got my chance, and I was excited. Here's what happened, guys. We took Alicewell. Now this is 2 weeks into the game, so they've heard me every 5 hours give battle updates. This is what's happening, this is why it happened. We went over to this side, this is called the Resource Tour, don't forget you can teleport here. This alliance moved against this alliance, giving us an opportunity. It was cool, I gave a little story, and people were literally like, Blade Boquest is weaving the lore of the campaign. I wonder if they're watching the stream. Oh god. Am I dead already? Oh, there's more of them. I didn't see that guy. Dang it. Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad. And they were literally excited to come in from work, and they're like, Blade, can we get a battle update? And I would just continue to tell the story, you know? It was really cool. So after 2 weeks, they got to know me a little bit. So they were listening to the strategy, and we went over, we took Alicewell. Moved down, we took Fort Ash, so we secured our home keeps. At that point, we secured down to Robeck. Now, we did a major switch where I basically pulled as many people off as I could. I'm not sure the old server cap. I think it was more than 200. It must have been minimum 300, probably more. There was a ton of people on the battlefield. Then we pushed over, took Bleecker and Chalman. This got really crazy because at this point we had 4 out of the 6 inner keeps. 4 is easy to get, 6 is nearly impossible. Not completely impossible, but it's very, very hard. Who's throwing water on me? Tell him, hey Boondizzle. Doing well, man. Keep fighting, you're on the leaderboard. Good work, man. Okay. So, what we did here, after we took Chalman, Robeck was being threatened. So we moved down, we held Chalman with minimal defenses, because it's easier to defend than assault. We took care of Robeck, we defended it, we went completely over to Alessia. God, this was so insane. We took Alessia, and then everybody left Alessia. We had this, none of these were under attack. And we ended up going all the way up to Chalman again, where the full alliance went down here to Blue Road Keep. Now this is where it got significant. Blue Road Keep, guys. I wanted to make sure that we sieged on the direction that we were coming from. So we're coming down from Chalman. So we wanted to break the northwest wall. We took this just because it was on our way there. And so we began to siege this wall right here that my cursor is at. It's just right there. You can't actually hold the cursor there, it wants to go. But it's the one right next to my cursor, right there. We started sieging. Now, I'm in coordination with 6 different groups of 24 people. And I'm letting, people are here, people are there. I'm like, no, you've got to move here. This is a full alliance press. We have to be aggressive or we're going to lose it entirely. You play Magic and Nightblade, not a fan of Stamina. Well, Moj, you might be a fan of Stamina after you watch the stream a little bit. Then again, I'm just telling stories right now. Yep, PS4. So we had a ton of people on this thing. We must have had 80 people. It was incredible. And they were shooting this thing. We had 20 siege weapons up. I'm typing nonstop, and after about 5 minutes, I looked up to make sure, okay, let's see, the wall's down, right? Let's go take the last keep. Let's take the 6th keep. What exactly is in the middle of Cyrodiil? Nothing at all. Imperial City is going to be the next expansion. There'll be stuff in there, though. So I look up, and I see no wall down at all. I don't see any wall crumbling, and I notice the spawn is not cut. They were hitting an immune to damage wall. The entire 80 DC players, all of them, on Ariel's bow, 2 weeks into playing, were all sieging with 20 weapons and immune to damage wall. There was a huge frenzy, because I was pulling the groups there. I was like, you guys need to be sieging now, everybody has siege weapons. Heals here, siege shields up, and like just everybody was going crazy. It was mad firefighting, but nothing was being damaged. It was horrible. And it took me minutes to notice this because I was in so much communication with the groups. I was like, I don't know how to tell you this. You're hitting a wall that is immune to damage. Move the entire siege. Even though there's 80 people there, it didn't happen until I said that. And I used /yell. It made my voice show up in red block letters, and they all saw it. You just saw one siege weapon drop after another one. Siege shield goes down. You see 80 people move over. And then they all start setting the things up again. And they start shooting. And the wall just like goes down like instantly, like very fast. Because could have had the whole thing done 5 minutes ago. But now the wall has come down. I'm like, oh my god. I was freaking out, of course. Wasn't streaming. Didn't have the connection for it. I had like 1 megabyte upload speed. But we bring down this wall. And I'm like, alright. We have to be fast. And the fastest way in at this point was the door. We all moved over to the front of the inner keep of Blue Road Keep, the final keep that we needed in order to take Emperor. Second week of the game, Ariel's Bow PC. And at this point, we had Robeck under attack and Chalman under attack. So we didn't even have much choice at all. This was our we had to do this. And Alessia. We had 3 keeps under attack because it took us so long. Did you especially facepalm? Not at that point. I was just too focused on the win. So we went over to the front door. Right? We rammed it. There was a couple oils up top. We had 80 people. I'm telling you, this was incredible. And the problem was, though, there was now more and more and more oil. We waited too long. And we just jumped in there with this huge surge of people, and like 30 people died before they even got to the flag. It was like, oh my god. This is bad. And like another 20 went in, and they got like a few NPCs down on the flags. Like, no, 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 no! This is the second week of the game, right? I needed 2 flags, everything was done, I was gonna be Emperor. It was like, holy crap, and we only had like, I don't know, 40 more people out there. Well, we launch in, there's more oil, it's crazy. Most of them die on the way in, but we take the flag. I'm like, I gotta charge. I use my blue beacon to kind of be the leader and show them exactly where to go. And we charge in, I die on the first flag. There's just so much defense now, but there's not a lot of people. There's like 5 people pouring oil, but it one-shots you back in the day, right? You could put oil down on the sides of the flag, and you didn't have to drop it down. It could be literally on the ground level. You could just pour the oil over, and then it would just give you area 20k damage. It was insane. So now we have like 5 fighters. and we take the first flag, and there are 4 NPCs left on the final flag, and we got 5 people, and I'm like, you gotta get here, we gotta get here, gotta get here, and I'm not rezzing so I can see this, and I'm still like typing, I'm like, you gotta, and I can't type when I'm dead, I'm pretty sure, so I'm whispering, I'm telling the group leaders, everything's under attack now. Chalman's under attack. So Chalman's under attack, we can't res there. Alessia's under attack, Robek's under attack, and we have our 5 fighters left. And when I rotate the camera to look at the final flag, to see those 4 NPCs, to see do we have a chance, are we going to do this? Am I going to be Emperor in the next 30 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 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 20, 30, 50 EP, shoot through the east side of Blue Road Keep, through the inner keep, and they are just stacking the flag. There's so many of them. It is an unbreakable wall of red EP character names. We have our 5 people utterly wipe. They blow us out of there. We can't even res a Chalman, and we lose one keep after another because now we have both AD and EP ready to take back their territory because we overextended trying to get, of course, the last keep. You have to overextend. You have to be 100% aggressive. You can't do defense in order to win. And I didn't get it. I did not get Emperor at that point. And I was level 30. It was tragic, guys. I was like, oh my god, I can't even believe that happened. It was really, really sad to see. And the worst part of it was, that was the second weekend, right? A week goes by, and a V10 starts playing. He's rank 10,000. And he passes me on the leaderboard, and they get Emperor. And I actually fight with him to get Emperor. And I was, you know, really, really helpful in terms of getting everybody in the right spots and making sure they didn't have the same horrible mistake that happened when I was trying to get it. So he got it, and, you know, I helped him get it. And then somebody passed him on the leaderboard, and then that guy got it. And I'm now 3rd. And then somebody passed all 3 of us on the leaderboard, and that guy got it. And so I watched not only my hopes and dreams fall and crumble and get dashed, but I watched 3 other people pass me by on the leaderboard, even though I was playing as much as I possibly could, and they all got Emperor. And I was fighting with them. I helped them get every single one of the Emperorships. I was not obviously like working against them or anything like that. I wanted them to get it. And at that point, after losing my own attempt and then watching 3 of them do it, I learned that you get more alliance points when you're a higher level. Well, I never left Cyrodiil. Not from day 1, not from the first day of 5-day early access. I was in Cyrodiil. So I was only level 33. So I left for 1 day and I got veteran rank 1. And I said, okay, I'm going to grind this up. I need to grind. I'll get veteran rank 1 and I'm going to come back and I'm going to get more alliance points. And I did. I did that in a single day. It was like 15 hours. You know who grinded up with me? NafNaf_95. He's another streamer. He actually was a huge supporter for me. He and I did we ring Marad? I don't think we ring a Marad, but we basically just grinded up together. We didn't use voice comms or anything back then. He was in the guild. He was an officer in my guild. And I was vet 1. And then 5 weeks after the game launched, finally, I passed them all again and hit rank 1. And at that point, I knew exactly what it took to get Emperor, because I already watched it happen 6 other freaking times. The first Emperor in this server was from my guild. And then, you know, the next 1, 2, 3 were from another guild called Royalty Gaming, who, of course, I tried to become friends with so that we could all work together, because I wanted to help them get Emperor. I wanted them to support me once I was there. And they did support me once I was finally passed them all by. And then I had another guild which helped me, which is Best in Slot. They did phenomenal work, actually. They did some of the best PvP I've ever seen. But at that point, we had really advanced strategies where we had Sorks teleporting incredibly quickly between the lower keeps. So we actually kept this under attack and Arius under attack, the Keystone keeps, so that our counters are basically any counter siege couldn't happen. Because Robek and Alessia, you know, we had this, and their final keep, what did we do? We actually had Blue Road Keep, yeah, first, and then we did Alessia last. So they couldn't even counter siege this or defend it because we already had this under attack. So they're all running from way back here, full keep ago. And we had a Sork just move to another part of the keep and then just knock another wall under 50%. And we had them like knock a whole bunch of walls down to 60% we had other Sorks doing it against AD. So at that point, all they had to do, they were like, oh, why is this being attacked? We don't know what's going on. And then they would just rotate to another spot and then siege it again. That was pretty interesting. How did you find me? Yikes. So then we got it. It was the first time ever when I got Emperor that a DC Emperor was crowned. Oh god. Uh oh, that's it. The DC Emperor was crowned without any of the other 5 castles being threatened. So all of these guys right here weren't even under attack because they were all trying to get back Farragut and Arius. And we swooped in. The way we did it is we went from Blue Road Keep, the entire alliance, minus 10 members of Best in Slot who secured both Fordash and Robeck, and 2 sorcerers who are on Farragut and Arius. The entire alliance, and I mean literally, it was, other than the questers, every player was in the same spot together. Just coordinated through chat, just because they all wanted to see it happen, you know. I was there 20 hours a day for 5 weeks, telling them how to get better. They really wanted to see it once I got back on top of the leaderboard. We skipped Sejanus, we went all the way down, we took Alessia, and the way we did it was we took the top door because it was the direction that we were coming from. Then we went through the inner keep north door, because it goes down fastest, it was the direction we were coming from. And that was the 6th keep, and that's how I got Emperor. And when I got Emperor, it was 5 million veteran rank points, which was, I was V2 at the time. V2 at the time, and I PvP'd for a long time. I stayed up top on the leaderboard, and I later got it again when I was V7. Naf, dude, that's awesome. Did you just tune in? Hey, thanks for the host, man. I literally just mentioned, I was like, Naf_95 was the Twitch streamer that ended up grinding with me whenever I left at level 30. Yeah, so that guy right there. That's so funny. So that right there, guys, is why Emperor means something to me. You know, it doesn't mean a lot of things to people that just, they log in. Some people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to get Emperor after work. My guild's going to a non-issue campaign. I'm going to get 50 allows and alliance points repairing, and then, yeah, we'll flip the inner keeps, and, you know, maybe 3 hours I'll get Emperor. You know, I want the former Emperor buffs for PvE. You know, it doesn't mean anything to those players. Oh, this is former Emperor. Come on, let me kill him, please. I have to. This is a really good fighter. No, 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 no. Oh, Michael, you're there too, huh? You got me, man. Michael and Yazan. When he's Emperor, he's pretty good, but I think I'm still better. I'm not sure. Oh, good fighter. So there you go, guys. That's the story. I wasn't going to go into the full thing, Shy, but you said you missed that other story, so I wanted to give you the full deal. You see the passives, please, of Emperor? Yeah, I'll show you. What do you think, guys? Pretty cool, right? It was a fun adventure. It really was fun. And then, also, here's the final touch of all of that. In order to actually get Emperor, I was awake for 37 hours. Straight fighting. Trying to get it. Rank 1, I was like, maybe it'll work now. And then it didn't work. We had to wait for the ebb and flow in battle to change. AD and EP moved back against each other and things like that. And after they were done with that, then we had another opportunity. And if we missed it, we had about 4 to 6 hours until they neutralized. And then we could go and try another opportunity. So I really got to learn how the map flows. It was really cool. It was a good experience. So Emperor, while you're Emperor, everything is increased by 75%. All of your main stats. Your healing is increased by 50%. So if your bat's warming, not only is it incredible already, it's that much better. Any healer that heals you, 50% increased. For me, 1%. Authority. Ultimate generation is twice as fast, which is unbelievable, especially on console where it's already twice as fast. I don't know if you knew that. PC is one half of the scaling of ultimate generation as console. For me, I have a 5% ultimate cost reduction, which I'd love to keep, but Elder Scrolls is not going to let me do that. Domination, all of the... this is so insane. Stamina, health, and magicka recovery is 100%. And then for me, it's 2%. And Siege Weapon used to be applicable to other players, but now it's only applied to weapons and other keeps. So, and I have a 2% increase on it. Walk away from area chat. Walk away from area chat. Oh, because I'm spamming those guys. It's true. I am. Blade, what exactly is in the middle of Cyrodiil?